If you've watched the last couple of videos that I've posted on YouTube, you'll know that we're absolutely buried in snow in Central Oregon right now, getting over 2 feet of snow over the last week and breaking the all-time record for the most snow within a 24-hour period, going back over 100 years. Now, if you've got something like the Tacoma, driving around town has been a lot of fun this week. It's like off-roading when you go to the store, when you drive to work. If you don't have a vehicle like the Tacoma, it's been a little more challenging. I cannot count the number of vehicles that I've seen stuck in the snow, huge berms across major cross streets, plows covering vehicles in snow on the sides of the road. It's made it very difficult for people that don't have the right vehicles and don't have a driveway to put their vehicle. Now, while it's been a lot of fun in town, I decided it was time to venture out and check out the roads outside of the city limits. Surprisingly, most of the roads are just buried in snow. Nobody has bothered to venture down them, and they're gonna be impassable until somebody with a really big truck with really big tires breaks the path for everybody else. Now, I did find one road here southeast of town. This is typically a paved road, or it is a paved road, 2 lanes wide, and is maintained at a decent level of condition. Right now, it just looks like a random little backcountry road. You'll see that the snow is very deep on the sides and down the middle, pretty impassable. And with the snow so deep in the middle and on the sides, it makes it very difficult if you encounter another vehicle going the opposite direction to try to navigate past one another. And so I was planning to drive a little further and decided to stop here just to be safe. You'll see that this Powerline road, a couple of vehicles have ventured up, and while I was really tempted to try it out, again, because the snow is so soft and we've got really deep powder on both sides and down the middle, I figured it was a little bit too risky, so I decided I'd turn around right here. Now, if you've been on my channel for a while, you'll probably have seen the video where my Tacoma got stuck. And it was a pretty ridiculous situation, but it was buried down pretty good. A lot of comments about the poor tires that I have on this vehicle, and if you're a regular, you know that my plan is to upgrade the tires. In the process of choosing a tire and building up the motivation to spend the money to replace what's otherwise a pretty decent set of tires. Like I said, driving around town this week, they've been pretty good. Pretty good amount of tread. You'll see that they're siped. They are a all-terrain backcountry. So kind of a no-name brand, but pretty decent overall. Not so good when you get off into true off-road conditions. And if you guys can believe it, right now, the truck does not want to get out of this situation. So you'll see that it is soft snow and the sun's out, and so it's making the snow pretty slick, but it's not like we're really, buried down deep. The vehicle is not high centered. And so what you'll see here is the difference between a good tire and a bad tire. Now, I'm not going to be able to show you the difference of a good tire because I don't have good tires, but I can show you what a bad tire does. And I have tried putting the vehicle into 4-low. I locked the differential, and I've tried crawl control to no avail so far. I do have a shovel in the back, so I just shoveled out a little bit of snow behind the back of each tire to see if we can clear a path a little bit. But for whatever reason, it feels like it's stuck, which is absolutely pathetic. And I know a lot of you guys think that it's my driving capabilities, which could be a small factor, but in this situation, I don't think that that is quite the issue. It's, flat. I'm not gunning the gas or anything, and it just doesn't want to roll out of this situation. So we're going to give it another try, give you guys a little demonstration. So as you can see, we've got ourselves a pretty pathetic situation here because, like I said, it's basically flat and it just doesn't want to get out. Now, I did just see a Jeep Wrangler drive by. I decided not to flag them down because I wanted to see if we could get out on our own, but it gave me confidence that there's probably going to be a couple other vehicles out here. If we need to get pulled out, we'll probably get another chance here. See if we can do it on our own first and then grab somebody else if necessary. That's part of why I didn't want to drive down a really unknown road like this one where I may not see other vehicles. Fortunately, being on this more main road, good chance that I'll see some other vehicles. Now, again, because it's getting a little later, I'm not going to take the time to really dig myself a hole here, getting the truck out on its own. I got a shovel in the back, and so I'm going to try to get it a little bit of a edge to get out, dig out behind each of those tires, give myself a chance to get a little momentum, and then hopefully we can kind of get ourselves out that way. So do a little bit of quick shoveling, and then we'll give it another go. Now, to be honest, with that first clip, I had a feeling that once I dug out that snow behind the tires, it was going to get out no problem, and then that'd just be a complete waste and the vehicle wouldn't be stuck. So I was really surprised to see it actually was still stuck. Just now shoveling some more, I don't see why it's stuck. The tires are really that bad. This is the difference between having just an all-terrain tire and a tire that's very capable for snow and mud conditions. I only moved a little bit of snow because it just doesn't seem like there's any point in moving more than that. So we basically got rid of each of the humps behind the 4 tires. There's nothing that should really keep it from rolling back. So the goal here is going to be to try to get it to just budge a little bit and then hopefully use that momentum to really get the vehicle moving and out of this situation. It's unbelievable to me that the vehicle does not want to get out of this situation. Like I said, I cleared all the snow out from each tire. There's no snow under the vehicle that the vehicle's high centered on. So that's not the issue. It's literally the tires are that bad. So I tried putting it in, using the multi-terrain select, using snow mode. That didn't work. Then I tried crawl control, put it on the low setting, tried it on the high setting. Nothing is working. I've got the vehicle in 4 low. Differential's locked. Obviously you can see that the tires are spinning, and so I don't really know what to do here other than wait for somebody to come pull me out, and in the meantime keep digging it. So I'll definitely take up the next opportunity I get with somebody driving by to get myself pulled out. It's gonna be a little embarrassing because this situation's that bad, but I'm putting it on YouTube for you guys to see, and you guys are gonna mock me too. So you know, I'm embarrassing myself either way. Just do a quick walk around to kind of show you where we're at here. Like you can see behind that rear tire, there's just really no snow or clumps that are really in the way. I don't know why it's not building up the motivation to keep moving. All 4, it looks like, are clear. Now the front's blocked, so we obviously are not going to be able to get forward very easily, but I can't understand why it's not going backward. We are getting pretty close now that we're kind of digging ourselves down to being in a situation where we might be a little more high-centered, but at the moment the vehicle is not sitting on the snow at all. So that's not our excuse. It's funny because getting out to here, it was just fine on this road. I didn't have any issues. It really hardly even slid. It was just this turning around. So this is obviously really soft snow, and like I said, with that sun coming up, it's getting a little slick. So what you guys saw right there is the beauty of Crawl Control. It was almost like having somebody with me. Crawl Control was able to drive the truck while I gave it that extra little motivation that it needed to get pushed out, unstuck from that situation, and break the Tacoma free. So we got it unstuck. The ironic thing is that the moment I got it out, 2 Ford F-150s and an Explorer came driving down the road, so they could have easily gotten me out, but it did save me the embarrassment of having them get me out of that dismal situation. I think the moral of the story here is that tires make a really big difference in the performance of your vehicle if you're in deep snow or mud. I'm gonna blame that on why I got the truck stuck last go around too, because again, in that situation, it just didn't seem like a scenario where the truck should really be struggling so much. It's interesting, like I said, because these tires really do perform well in town on roads that are icy but not deep. But I think the real issue is that when you get in that deep snow, it just doesn't have that deep tread to get unstuck. And so it just fills up. You can actually see here snow kind of packed into the tread here. I think that's kind of what gets to us, is that kind of all fills in. It just becomes a very slick surface against the snow and ice. But either way, we got the truck out and I'm gonna head home for the evening. I was hoping to get a little more footage and some drone shots, but I'm out of time. So that's it for today's video. So like I said before, I'm planning to get together with some friends later this week and hopefully get some better footage of the truck in action, avoid situations where we're stuck, hopefully. For more of those videos and other videos of the 3rd generation Tacoma, subscribe to my channel. In the meantime, thanks for watching.